So at ReportsAI, we help impact organizations turn scattered data into institutional knowledge that can then be leveraged for insights, learnings, grant proposals, and donor reporting. So this is what the platform looks like. We're in the report generation section here, but I'm going to quickly jump to my knowledge bases because this is really where we allow you to curate your institutional memory. So you can build different knowledge bases. You can see you can create a new one here. And within this platform, this is a demo platform for a fictional NGO called Umoja Health, and they operate the Safe Births program in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania. So we can create different knowledge bases, which are essentially like folders of information, and upload documents, which we then extract data points and insights from. You can edit these, view these. Basically, what this allows you to do is to curate your institutional memory. So it's like you're playing around with the memory of your organization, but you're able to store it all here and then make it accessible to the brain of your organization. So let's jump up to the brain. So this is the chatbot at the top here, which will have the name of your organization. You can choose which parts of the memory you want to interact with. So which knowledge bases do you want to speak to? If you want to just speak to the Safe Births program in Kenya, then you can create different threads here, different conversations, and you can pull data very quickly. So what are the main KPIs? What's great is that it pulls the data, but then also tells you where it got it from. So you can just click the link, it will take you to where it got this piece of information from within your data. But you can also ask for insights from this data. Just enables you to really leverage that institutional memory as an organization. So you can also leverage it to generate grant proposals. So in this part of the platform, you can search for different grants. Let me just quickly show you that, because what's amazing here is that you can also, we scrape the web for different grants, but we also organize them by a fit score. So you can see why a particular grant is a good fit for your organization, like which ones you should be applying to, just to save you more time. You can generate a proposal, whereas here it's as simple as uploading a RFP, a grant. Here we go. So you can literally just upload an RFP and then you can choose which knowledge bases you want it to reference. So let's say it's all relevant for all the Safe Births programs ones. You can give some instructions and then you can generate a grant proposal as easy as that. So it's going to use your institutional memory to generate this grant proposal. So it's all about how do you leverage your data, because you're probably going to have past grant proposals that aren't that dissimilar to this one. You can have past projects you've worked on that are relevant for this particular proposal. So rather than always having to recreate work, you can leverage the asset that you already have, which is your institutional memory, and use that to generate future grant proposals and other outputs, as well as like pulling insights, learning. So really that's what this platform is all about, is how can we leverage your asset, which your asset is your data, and leverage that for all kinds of things like donor reporting, grant applications, pulling insights, pulling learnings. So we go. Now I've got the first draft of that proposal. One thing to quickly note is that we always ground all of our outputs in your data inputs. It's only ever going to be based on your data. This is to reduce the risk of any hallucinations, fabrications, where AI models sometimes pull data from random sources or even make stuff up when they don't have the relevant data. Instead, we only ground it in your data. Anywhere where there's a slight assumption gets highlighted in yellow, or anywhere where it needs more data. So it'll let you know that. And this is your first draft. The humans in the loop can look over, you can make edits, you can export it to Word, anything you want to do, and you'll find all of these drafts saved in My Drafts here. You can share drafts, you can chat with AI. So if I wanted to ask, strengthen this, so you can essentially think of the AI bot as your additional team member that's helping you with all of your workflows. Not only to leverage your institutional memory, but also to give you advice on how to improve documents and help you make edits, all kinds of things. So yeah, that's super helpful for teams. Yeah, you can share this with other team members, lock this draft, archive, all of this kind of stuff within here. You can always jump back into any of these drafts and continue making edits. So, right, we've touched on grants. Let's quickly jump to reports. So you can have all your report projects here. You can see deadlines. You can see the tasks that still need to be done. You can see the days that are left. People can upload data to complete tasks, and then a check gets done on the data to see if it's complete and relevant enough to complete the task. So let's quickly look at just generating a report on the fly. So the power of this platform is that you can really upload data in any file type. So I'm going to upload an Excel file. I'm going to upload, I've got some rough field notes as well. I can just upload those, but these could be audio files as well, images of handwritten notes. It's really great at extracting data from any file types, also very useful for Excel files. You can do things like financial reports you see here, M&E reports, impact stories, or you can choose to create your own report types. You can be very much more specific about exactly what you want the output to be like and really set your own requirements in there by creating your own report types. Or if you've got a very specific layout, then you can also build templates. You know, a lot of organizations like you to populate a very specific template. Once you build that template, you can always just upload fresh data and repopulate it every time. But let's just jump to that just so I can quickly show you. Yeah, so here we have the output. You'll notice that we also produce infographics. You can also produce charts based on your data. And this again is the first draft. You can make, this is an editable doc here. So you can make edits, leave comments, collaborate as a team on this output. So really what this platform is about is, again, leveraging your asset, which is your institutional data, to produce outputs and then collaborate as a team to get those outputs to where they need to be. So one other thing I'll just quickly note is that a big part of this platform is all about reusability, so reusing the work that you've already done. So you can also come up here and convert this into a text summary, audio summary, presentation deck, or media post, or you can export it to Word. Again, you can come back to it in My Drafts.